And we are going to see either I almost said James Storm, either Tim Storm or Ken Anderson taking on either Ricky Starks or Matt Cross. All right, Paystee, what do you think here?
I'm gonna go with the winner of Storm versus Anderson.
Anderson.
Exactly. He's the best guy in the world on the mic, and the best guy on the mic has got to be your television champion. That's the way I sit when I sit on this.
Or your radio champion would make more sense. But yeah. I'm going to go with the winner.
Guy.
I'm going to go with the winner of Starks Cross because I feel that one of those two people is going to be the winner of the tournament, in my opinion.
The earth shatters.
Wow, we picked different.
Decisively picked different for the second time in this pay-per-view.
Dun, dun, dun.
Then we have the next round, seeing the winner of Dice or Math versus the winner of Murdoch. Ooh boy, what you picking?
Paystee, on this one here, I am going with the winner of or Trevor Murdoch. Because I honestly, in my opinion, think that the final match, the finale to this tournament is going to come down to Starks versus ? That's what I see it happening. It could go anywhere. It's one of these tournaments. You never know. But I think these are the two guys to build in this. I think these are your two mid-card guys to really try to push. So if I'm booking, that's what I would do. Obviously, when I book or when I assume for WWE when we do predictions, I don't do if I'm booking because they'll never do what I pick. I already know that. But NWA seems to have a little more head on their shoulders.
Yes.
So I'm just going to go with that. So yeah, definitely I'm going or Murdoch. What do you got?
Me too. I love
Whoa!
I love and I love Aaron Stevens. So, if Stevens loses to Steiner and Mark gets over, that's good in my book. I have the same vision as you, but Mr. Anderson walks away with the championship.
All right. With that being said, we take a pause for the cause, walk away from the television tournament. We maybe hear some words from our sponsors and get into a three-way tag team championship match. We're going to see for the ages, literally. We got Rock and Roll Express, the veterans, taking on Eli Drake and James Storms, the nowadays solidified main well-known names, versus the up-and-coming The Wild Cards, the former NWA Tag Team Champions, Thomas Latimer and Royce Isaacs. Oh, where are you on this one, Paystee? Where are you here?
This is the hardest one to pick on the card so far. If I go with my heart, it's Rock and Roll Express. If I go with my brain, it's the Drake Storm. But I was right when I picked Rock and Roll Express last time, so why wouldn't I be right to pick them again? I'm going with Rock and Roll.
The one thing is, with it being a three-way tag team championship, they easily have an out again. They could, just like last time, they can easily get a win where maybe their limitations, if you will, aren't going to hold them back. They can use their cunning over their skill. With that being said, though, last time when I was wrong, I'm going to repeat the same reasoning for this one. I think Rock and Roll Express are transition champions, or just I think it was a little boost, a way to give the wild cards a little a rub, if you will. Not the word I'm thinking of, but yeah, we're going to say a rub. And so I think that the wild cards win it back here from the Rock and Roll Express. They might not pin them. I think they should pin them, to be honest. But I'm going to go with the wild cards. I think wild cards become your two-time NWA World Tag Team Champions.
Fair enough. Then we've got your main event, which is could be any of you guys.
Could be anybody. We don't know. Could be PCO versus Rob Van Dam. Tommy Dreamer might show up. He often does.
Go away, Tommy. Don't ruin this promotion, too, please.
Go home,
We saw
Tommy.
what
Just
you did
go
to Ring
home.
of Honor.
This one here, we're going to see, obviously, the semifinal winner versus the other semifinal winner. Basically, it's going to come down to either Question Mark or Murdoch or Dan Maff or Zicky Dice versus either Tim Storm, Ken Anderson, Zicky Starks, or Matt Cross.
Yeah.
A lot of people. A lot of people.
Could
Any of
be
the
all
8.
that. And
What
my
do you say?
prediction is it's coming down to Anderson question mark with Anderson taking the win.
You're going Anderson question mark. With Anderson taking the win. So you're going with either. So we're going to make it fair here. We're going to make it legit, folks. So you're going with either Anderson or Tim Storm. Is your final answer for this?
Yeah. I think Tim Storm winning it too could be cool.
And I'm going with either Ricky Starks or Matt Cross winning it. Of course, you believe it's going to be Anderson. I believe it's going to be Starks. Paystee, we got to put a tiebreaker in this one because if there's ever been a time we've been itching for a tie, we're begging for it here. So our tiebreaker is going to be which 2 are in the final. It's going to be the last 2 guys to go for the belt.
Okay.
You think it's going to be Mr. Anderson?
And question mark.
And question mark. All right. So Paystee says Mr. Anderson versus question mark. I'm going to go with I'm going with Ricky Starks versus question mark. So we're both putting question marks in here. Oh, we might end up having to brainstorm after the podcast and maybe come up with a better. We're not going to be able to because by the time we're done recording, this pay-per-view is going to be over.
Yes.
So let's pray like hell that we get this. I'm going Ricky Starks and question mark is who I think it's going to be.
How fun would it be if we tied and none of the 4 guys were in the finals?
That would be odd. That would be just. I'd take it. And be like, good, sold. We're okay with this.
Is that a loss for both then at that point?
It's just a tie, a nothing.
Okay.
We've had it before. Just neither one of us get a point. We don't lose a point. This ain't like Jeopardy. We're not going in the hole.
Oh, I'm wagering all my points, Fat Mack.
All right. Well, you're going in the hole. But that's my final answer. There you go.
Well,
this should be
the weakest link.
This should be fun.
Let's make a deal.
Or no deal. Howie Mandel. This is a fun one. I'm excited just because I love these one-night tournaments.
Anyway?
Mine. Now you're stretching it because it's less of a game show, but I'll give it to you. It is a game show, only the points don't count and the winners don't matter. Anything more you have on this one? Hard times, times?
No.
Other than we seem to really be in agreement of this, so we're either going to really enjoy the show or really not enjoy it because I think it's going to be great if what we pick out comes to fruition, and then we just know that NWA is our brand. It's like it's got the wrestling fans' minds.
They listen to our podcast and steal our ideas, and then last minute write the show because we're going against
as they're airing. They're listening. It's a live podcast, folks. They're listening. Oh, it's good stuff.
Yes.
It gets savage, Paystee, and that brings us to the best portion of the night. Perhaps, we don't know.
The best portion of the week.
The Savage Sentinel.
Yes, it's time for the dudes with the booze to bring you the news. Coming to this week's top story, Asuka avoided a near-fatal incident on a normally sleepy Tuesday. A shooting that happened this evening she was at the Fashion Show Mall in Las Vegas. I didn't say that wrong. That's how it's writ, folks. When a public shooting occurred, according to 8 News Now. There are 3 people injured as... Can you fucking change it? You want reading it? There are 3 people injured after the most recent reports. The Kabuki Warrior tweeted about the situation, updating fans as she escaped. I just escaped, Asuka wrote on Twitter. There was a scream in front of me at a fashion show mall, and I was like, Blanket, stop being so ignorant. No, it was like shooting. Hashtag
You turned
yes.
Asuka into Mr. Jefferson.
It was the voice I came out with, and then I just tied it all together.
That was awesome. I just love it.
It was like shooting. Hashtag guests near the shooting range protected me. I'm assuming it's guests near that line of fire. Because if you have a shooting range in a mall, you're asking for it, right? You're asking for it.
There's a jeans store next to a shooting gallery.
And the jeans protected her.
It's good stuff. It's thick denim. It's thick denim. Paystee, legitimately, we're really happy that first of all that there are no fatalities as of now, as of recording. There were so few injuries, and that Asuka, as well as so many other bystanders, made it out safe. Too many of these public shootings going on.
Yes, it's sad, it's sick, and it's ridiculous. Seems like every week there's like 3 now.
It is. We wish life was more like the Disney Channel. Which brings me into our next story, Paystee. The Disney Channel has given a pilot order to Blue Demon Jr.'s TV show. That's true. This is according to Deadline, apparently. Casting
Blue
is
Demon
currently...
Jr.'s clues.
That's great, isn't it? Casting is currently underway in Los Angeles and Mexico. Ultraviolet and Blue Demon, as the show is titled, is about a 13-year-old girl who finds out that her famed luchador uncle, that being Blue Demon Jr., is actually a superhero and is picked to be his successor. Blue Demon Jr. is also executive producer of the show, along with Pokemon Detective Pikachu writers Dan Hernandez and Benji Samit. This is not the first time OBDJ has expanded into popular media, though, folks. In 2007, he starred in the film Mil Máscaras versus the Aztec Mummy, also known as Mil Máscaras Resurrection.
Sounds fantastic.
In an episode of Mucha Lucha, an animated Blue Demon Jr. appears as a superhero wrestler. He has competed in the Mexican dancing show Mariquian Bahia in 2011, and has a cameo in Mel Gibson's 2012 movie Get the Gringo. Blue Demon Jr. was the first Mexican wrestler to win the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. He was also Cauliflower Alley Club's 2018 Lucha Libre Award winner, as well as former AAA Latin American champion and Mexican National Cruiserweight champion. I'm going to watch this show.
There you go. He's like the Dwayne Johnson of Mexico.
Yeah. Yes, he is. Yes, or like the Tiger Mask of Mexico. Because in Japan, Tiger Mask is kind of everywhere. A lot of TV shows.
I'd assume it's easier to get Tiger Mask onto children's television than it is to get a Blue Demon.
Well, they're both pretty... Tiger Mask looks more ferocious.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, let's hope it makes its way to Disney Plus so I can binge it.
Oh, that'd be a plus.
Yes. Whoo! ITV box office has shut down its service effective immediately. ITV box office was the UK pay-per-view home for AEW pay-per-views. Fans in the UK will still be able to watch the pay-per-views on the Fight app. There's also been some issues for AEW fans in the UK with the Dynamite airings on ITV4. Should have put them on ITV1.
That's what I told them from the beginning.
Fans were told that the show would be available to view on their on-demand service at 7 p.m. on Thursdays. That had not been the case so far this year, with the show airing on ITV4 at varying times on Friday nights. The show is still scheduled to air on ITV4. Well, what does that solve then?
Sporadic airings of it.
It's on right now. We're counter-programming everyone tonight.
And nobody's listening.
Nobody's watching either.
There's also a damn Jericho cruise going on. Come on.
I know. And we said last year we were going to be there this